Move over, old school fast food. Time to meet the new kids on the block.
It's super tender and it's so good.
Finger-licking fried chicken that you can double down with donuts.
It's the only place that you can get breakfast and lunch at the same time.
Fully loaded hot dogs.
It's just like bacon overload, and it's just juicy and oh my God.
And pizza for dessert.
Super melty, the texture's really fluffy. It's really nice.
Craving Mexican, Indian, or Greek? We've got fast casual eateries to fit the bill.
It's totally revolutionized the way I look at food.
It's kind of like a fun Indian eating adventure.
Step up to the counter. We're ready to take your order. If you're surfing for snacks at the beach that won't wash out your day, one spot in Belmar, New Jersey will have you back on the boardwalk in no time. Snag a bite-sized sub with oceans of flavor at Hoguitos. Shop owners Mark and Emma were inspired by the tapas they ate during their honeymoon in Spain, and they decided to give the giant submarine sandwiches you'd find along the Jersey Shore a tasty makeover.
The name Hoguitos is based on the fact that we sell hoagies, but they're smaller in size, like tapas, so they're like a little hoagie, which in Spanish would be Hoguitos.
The size of the Hoguito sandwich is perfect for me. I ate 2 or 3 every time I come in here.
But Hoguitos aren't just tiny and tasty. These subs are dished out at torpedo speed.
The way Hoguitos is kind of elevating fast food is we do everything in-house.
We roast meats ourselves, all the way to our onion jams and our mayos.
And the twist is that we're pumping these sandwiches out. We can do it under 30 seconds.
Hoguitos has all the speed of fast food and all the flavor of a gourmet deli.
And the best gourmet goodness between 2 buns? The sensational brisket Hoguito. And it all starts hours before you place your order.
Building a sandwich is pretty easy, but if you want to make a really good sandwich, it's going to take some time.
The fat on the brisket has been scored to help it render, and both sides get covered in kosher salt, then pan-seared.
We're going to transfer our seared brisket to the pan. We got to start building the flavor for our gravy. Got chopped onion, celery, carrot, and garlic.
Once the veggies turn translucent, he amps up the flavor with tomato paste.
Now we're gonna pour our hot beef stock over top. See this complexion, ladies? This is all it right here, all this steam.
After his facial, he adds fresh thyme and bay leaf to the spa, and the whole thing hits the 325-degree sauna for 4 to 5 hours, and it's ready to build.
And when somebody orders a brisket sandwich, we fire up a little of the meat in the pan, and we're gonna add a couple ladles of gravy just to warm it up.
That killer gravy is a puree of all the veggies and braising liquid from the roasting pan.
So now we're gonna take one of our signature Hoguito rolls. They're Portuguese style, about 4 to 5 inches.
He piles that brisket and gravy high on the roll and adds pickled jalapeno and Swiss cheese. Then lets it all melt down under the broiler.
We're gonna add some crispy shallots to the sandwich. Adds a nice little bit of crunch, some fresh arugula. And we're just gonna top it off with a little roasted garlic mayo that we make in-house. The sandwich is good, let's make those fries.
Now, what's a fully loaded sandwich without fully loaded fries? It starts with super crispy, golden brown fries straight from the fryer.
All right, we're gonna add some of the hot gravy and brisket right over top. And we'll finish it with some Parmesan cream sauce, which is just cream, Parmesan, and roasted garlic. And the last thing, just a little bit of chive. This is our brisket Hoguito and fry. This stuff's gonna blow your mind, I guarantee it. Poof.
The brisket was so tender, and the cheese was so gooey. It melted all over the brisket.
I really like the brisket because it's a nice pulled beef and then a lot of different mixtures of flavors. So you have like arugula and the jalapenos and different sauces.
We actually came here today for the fries. They're my favorite ones. The fries are still really crispy and they have this awesome Parmesan cream sauce on them.
With the Hoguito's small size and lightning fast prep, why not grab one more before heading back to the beach? Try a taboo taste of Hoguito's Forbidden Chicken.
Growing up, I really loved General Tso's chicken, so this is kind of our riff on that. I think you're gonna like it. To get our forbidden chicken started, we're gonna take our chicken thigh, get it into the seasoned flour, kosher salt and pepper. Go into your buttermilk, get a nice even coating, going back into the flour. Kind of help makes that craggly crust. So now our chicken's ready to fry. We're gonna fry it twice.
It's fried in a low-temperature oil to cook through, and then a hotter oil to get it nice and crispy.
And right from there, while it's still piping hot, go into our forbidden glaze, a little sriracha, honey, butter, lime juice.
That hot chicken gets topped with cool carrot and daikon slaw and a creamy roasted garlic mayo.
Now that's a chicken sandwich.
The forbidden chicken's a great sandwich because it's crispy, it's creamy, it's spicy and sweet.
I really liked the crispiness of the chicken and also the cold creaminess of the coleslaw on it.
Sure, I cook, but I don't cook like this.
As long as Hoguitos is making food this fast and this delicious, there's no need to. The West Coast can boast about laid-back living at a slower pace, but Los Angeles has a dirty little secret when it comes to ultra-fast food at Dirt Dog. Growing up in downtown LA 2 decades ago is what inspired Tim to open Dirt Dog.
One day, I came upon a lady with a shopping cart that was converted into a flat-top grill. There was bacon wrap hot dogs. It smelled amazing, but there was a lot of trash being kicked up into this lady's cart. Didn't discourage us. We purchased those dogs. So that day, we started coining them as Dirt Dogs. And it was life-changing, and really the reason why we're standing here today.
Tim kept the name, but cleaned up the act with a squeaky clean kitchen and super fast service.
I love Dirt Dogs. It's just a very unique hot dog. You don't see this on a street hot dog.
I don't consider it fast food, especially how good it is. It should be in a restaurant.
Head chef Roberto dishes out 500 dogs a day. And the one mess that's dressed to impress is the dirty chili dog with filthy fries. This beast gets barking with house-made chili.
Our chili is like a Texas-style chili.
Roberto starts the chili by cooking white onions and garlic.
These onions are looking good, actually.
He sprinkles in fresh cilantro and a blend of black and cayenne peppers, cumin, smoked paprika, and salt. Next, it's time for some ground beef.
Here at Dirt Dog, we love to overindulge, so our beef is 25% fat. It's getting hot in here.
Pureed tomatoes join the party, and while the chili simmers, Chef Roberto unleashes 100% beef hot dogs wrapped up in 100% bacon. That's 200% meat magic, if my math is right.
I like using the pretzel bun for the dirty chili dog. Holds up to the chili.
The pretzel buns get buttered on both sides and toasted.
So now that our dogs are ready, we're gonna drop our fries. We're gonna put some of our chili in here. We want to be a chili cheese dog without some cheddar. How good does that look with that cilantro?
Roberto seasons the hot fries with salt, chili powder, cayenne, and lime powder.
What makes our fries filthy is our cheese sauce.
The house-made cheese sauce is a luscious cheddar bechamel.
Yeah, baby. Step number 2 of getting filthy would be our guac. Life is about moderation.
You call that moderation?
It's moderate, you know? You got the healthy fats, the good fats, the bad fats, you know, all sorts of fats.
For even more moderation, he adds chipotle aioli, cotija cheese, and crunchy bacon bits.
Look how filthy that is. Look at that. Now let's get dirty. Guys, one dirty chili dog.
It's got a nice little spice to it. The chili really is very meaty, very saucy, and love it.
The hot dog is very flavorful, and then the chili just complements it really well. Love cheese on everything. And then you got a little green, so you're healthy.
Love the filthy fries. Fries themselves are really crispy, even underneath like all this goodness. And it's real cheesy and delicious. No complaints here.
From dirty dogs to filthy fries, Dirty Dog is a deliciously dirty delicacy. Cruising through breakfast with no time to spare? Fly by Philadelphia's Federal Donuts, where the morning rush crashes into lunch.
We serve coffee, donuts, and fried chicken. We didn't set out to do chicken and donuts. We set out to do donuts. However, we used to have our meetings at one of our favorite Korean fried chicken places out in North Philly. And it was at one of those meetings that we were like, let's do donuts for breakfast and then chicken for lunch.
For somebody that loves food and sweets, this is a perfect spot.
You're tired of the cheesesteak thing, come get chicken.
And at Federal Donuts, it's all about fast and fresh, even if that means getting up with the roosters.
Our day starts about 4 or 5 o'clock. So that donut robot is up and running. So when you come in there at 7 o'clock, donut comes off the conveyor belt right into your hands. Sometimes a donut will beat you to the register.
When the doors open, the small shop fills quickly with customers who want to kickstart their day with hot buttermilk cake donuts coated in flavored sugar.
On an average day, we make close to 1,000 donuts, and this batch can make about 500 donuts at a time.
All their donuts start the way everything in life should start, with a ton of sugar and butter.
Once the butter and sugar are creamed, we're gonna add our egg yolks.
Sour cream and buttermilk are mixed in for fluffiness and creaminess, and then flour and a spice mix are added.
We have baharat in it, which is a Middle Eastern pumpkin pie spice, which sets our donuts apart from others. And now that the donut batter is done, they're ready to be fried up. As soon as a customer places their order, that's when their donut's gonna start being made.
The donut batter is dropped into hot oil and cooked on both sides until golden brown. While they're still piping hot, they're ready to be sweetened with some flavored sugar. And this is where batter becomes donut.
Our hot, fresh donuts get rolled in any one of our 3 house-made sugar blends.
For something classic, there's the granulated and brown sugar blend, warmed with cinnamon and nutmeg.
And we'll take our donuts piping hot, and we're just gonna shake them up.
For something fruity and floral, this hot pink pan is filled with sugar that's been blended with dehydrated strawberries and lavender.
Legitimately hot and fresh.
Now that's what I call pretty and pink.
And our 3rd sugar blend is our cookies and cream. We use chocolate sandwich cookies that we crush up into a fine crumb with some granulated sugar and a pinch of salt. There you go, cookies and cream. And they're really, really delicious. You're gonna wanna keep eating again and again.
This is the cinnamon brown sugar donut, and it just came straight out of the fryer, and it was so warm, it's squishing in, and the outside has the perfect amount of cinnamon sugar.
Oh, that's amazing. It's like velvety, it melts in your mouth. It's not too sweet. You can definitely taste the lavender.
It's creamy on the inside, it's crunchy on the outside, and then you get an additional crunch from the cookies and cream. I'm excited to eat it.
After you munch your way through morning, circle back for lunch when it's time to make the donuts alongside crispy Korean-style fried chicken.
We go through about 4,000 pounds of chicken a week. We dry cure our chicken with a mixture of onion, mustard, and salt, and we let it sit overnight.
The chicken is battered in a mixture of cornstarch, flour, salt, and water, and is cooked for 10 minutes at 300 degrees. But that's just to cook the inside.
So the first fry is just about finished. When a customer places an order, that's when it's gonna get fried for the 2nd time.
This time, the oil hits 350 degrees, which will create a gorgeous golden brown crust in just 5 minutes. You can get your fried chicken naked or glazed.
We're gonna make 2 of our glazes, starting with our honey ginger glaze.
He starts with honey, vinegar, and white soy sauce, and then a lot of fresh, pureed ginger.
Now that our first glaze is done, we'll move on to our next one, chili garlic. We're gonna start with sugar, cayenne pepper, and water. And we're gonna make a syrup out of it. And that helps it stick to the chicken. Next, we'll add the chili garlic paste, our sherry vinegar, and our white soy sauce. Our chili garlic sauce is done, so let's glaze some chicken. You wanna get the glaze all over your chicken. And the glaze makes it super fun to eat because you get to lick your fingers afterward. Serve it with a freshly fried honey glazed donut. Fried chicken and donuts, fast food like you've never had before.
It's got a nice crunch on the outside, which lets the middle part be real juicy. The savory of the chicken and the sweet with the donut, a perfect combination.
You bite in it, and you get that nice chili flavor. It makes your tongue burn a little bit, in a good way.
The meat is really tender, juicy. It's a miracle. I don't know what they're doing in it.
Absolutely delicious. The best chicken I've had in the city.
Fast, fresh, fried, and lots of fun. What more could you possibly want for breakfast or lunch?
You got it here first. You got my opinion, and I'm a very picky eater.
If you're in the Bay State, there are donut shops and rotisserie chicken markets on almost every corner. But in Saugus, Massachusetts, the favorite fast food is Kelly's Roast Beef.
Kelly's is a family-run business. It was first opened January 3rd, 1951. It actually started out as a hot dog stand, but transitioned into a sandwich shop.
As the menu expanded over the years, so did the number of locations. They might serve fast food, but when it comes to service, it's all about treating the customers like family and creating memories to last a lifetime.
I started when I was in high school with my friends. We'd try to park as close to Kelly's as we could, kind of check out all the cute guys that worked back there. So it brings back a lot of memories.
You eat it, you remember in your mind when you were a kid. It's the greatest. It's like home.
Hey folks, how are you today?
Hi, great. How you doing?
Good, thanks. The roast beef?
We have some of the best food out there, and we can get it out in a record amount of time.
I would consider Kelly's fast food, but it's a casual place you can come eat, and the food is just more quality than any fast food place you would ever go otherwise.
We've got no beef against the beloved burger, but you'll want to sink your teeth into this mouth-watering, perfectly sliced roast beef sandwich.
I'm just doing a lightly salt and pepper. This is the original recipe for over 60 years.
They get seasoned on both sides and head into the convection oven.
This is the most exciting part of the day, getting this going.
He adds about 2 gallons of water for moisture while they cook.
I've been doing this for so long, and it's always the best time of the day, watching these go in. It's really exciting. All right, these are ready to go. In about 3.5 hours, we're gonna have world-famous Kelly's roast beef. Here we are, perfectly cooked roast beef. Juices are flowing, and they're ready for the sandwiches.
While the meat is being sliced, Dan toasts the buttered sesame roll. Some crisp lettuce and fresh tomato slices make the perfect base for the roast beef.
This is the perfect slice.
Next, we're gonna put on our own barbecue sauce, a nice mild barbecue sauce. We're gonna put some mayo on the top bun, and then we're gonna top it with some American cheese. Here you go, you have our world-famous Kelly's roast beef sandwich with our classic French fries.
It's very thick, there's a lot of roast beef here. It's just perfect.
They always have a perfect medium to mid-well here for the roast beef. And the mayonnaise and cheese combo is fantastic. And I really don't even want to talk to you about it. I want to eat it.
When Kelly's first opened, it wasn't their meaty sandwiches that put them on the culinary map. Fried clams was their calling card, and customers are still coming back for this super fast finger food.
We have some New England whole belly clams. So we're gonna drop it into our evaporated milk.
The clams come out of the milk and dive right into the cornmeal flour. Once all the excess is dusted off, it's dipped into a hot fryer, and after just 1 minute, they're cooked to crunchy perfection.
If you're gonna get our clam plate, you gotta have the onion rings to go with it. And we start with some ice cold water. We wanna put them into the flour, but we want to make sure that everything is covered.
The onions take a quick dip in ice water so that the next coating of cornmeal flour can stick, creating a delicate, crispy crust around each ring.
And from there, they're going into my fryer later for about 3 minutes. Oh, those look amazing.
This perfect pair races to the plate with some homemade tartar sauce.
Here you go, you got our clam plate along with our world-famous Kelly's onion rings.
The seafood is so sweet and delicious, and the batter is amazing, and the onion rings are the bomb.
They're meaty, they're juicy, the tartar sauce is nice and sweet and has a little spice and tink to it.
Sweet, tender, delicious. You can never go wrong here at Kelly's. Never.
The next time you're in New England and hankering for some surf and turf, the place you'll want to order up is Kelly's Roast Beef.
If I could only have one meal for the rest of my life, this would be it.
Down south, fried chicken and biscuit sandwiches are fast food favorites. But in Nashville, Tennessee, it's the rotisserie chicken and skewered meats at Greco Greek Street Food that customers are sticking with.
The first time I came here, I was blown away that it was fast casual. I was really, really shocked at the price point and the quality of the food.
It feels like an elegant meal, but with a street food twist.
Meats cooked quickly over a live fire are popular street eats in Greece. Cousins Tony and Bill Darcinos brought these mouth-watering meats to Music City, and locals have been singing their praises.
I'm first-generation Greek, and I can tell it's top-notch. It just, makes me feel at home.
Our families both immigrated here from Greece. Growing up in Nashville, fast food was burgers and hot dogs and stuff like that, and the one thing that we didn't have was Greek food.
We felt like that if anybody was going to do it, it needed to be us.
In Nashville, hot chicken is the fast food go-to. But Greco's Athenian chicken has quickly become the hot commodity. It's served over a heaping pile of fries and dressed with a sauce that's sweet and tart.
We cook about 32 chickens a day because it's absolutely delicious and people want it all day long.
After a sprinkle of salt and a generous shower of Greek oregano, sweet paprika, and cumin, the chickens rest in the fridge for 24 hours to soak up the zesty flavors.
This is about to get wild. Soundtrack.
The spice-rubbed chickens are skewered and then spit roasted over scorching hot coals. Time to plate it up. Ordinary fast food fries get an extraordinary Greek makeover with salt, oregano, and grated Greek cheese. The chicken is coated with a honey lemon mustard sauce flecked with fresh parsley.
That's one sexy Greek chicken.
The honey lemon sauce just makes it very moist when you bite into it. Very Greek. I mean, you can't get anything like this outside of Greece.
Greek fries are so delicious. I love the seasoning, the cheese that they put on it.
The chicken on top of the bed of fries with the cheese and the sauces. It's just a total flavor bomb.
The lemon sauce the chicken goes with is absolutely phenomenal.
If you're on the go and need something quick and easy, grab their signature beef souvlaki pita.
Souvlaki is the cornerstone of the Greek street food. So we had a custom-built grill just for the souvlaki.
And Sal's favorite meat to put on that grill is a blend of brisket and chuck.
Because it makes me happy, and because of the fat content.
The cubed beef is seasoned overnight in onion powder, sweet paprika, oregano, mint, and cumin.
When you do eat it, it does pop in your mouth, and it gives you a sense of joy that you're on the streets of Athens.
Pita is added to the mix for texture, along with raw onions and beer to balance the richness of the beef.
There ain't no party without beer.
The meat mixture is extruded through a sausage stuffer, creating the perfect souvlaki cylinders around a wooden stick.
And then you have your nice little beef souvlaki. So we're just gonna make a couple more so we can fill up the grill. It's real important to have a really hot grill. The heat will automatically pull that beef fat out. When that fat reacts with the hot charcoal, you get this unbelievably smoky flavor that you can't pull off anywhere else.
Once the meat and house-made pita are grilled to perfection, Sal builds the souvlaki.
Starting with the fresh hot pita off our grill, nice beef souvlaki, a couple slices of our heirloom tomatoes, good heaping scoopful of tzatziki, and we'll finish that with a little bit of red onion, some parsley, and with a little paprika. And if you've ever been to Greece, this is the quintessential thing to walk around. And our beef pita. See you on the streets, y'all.
The beef souvlaki is amazing. It has great flavor and spices, and it's very juicy and tender. Cooked on the live fire, it's awesome.
Tomatoes, the tzatziki, the onions, every bite was great, from the first to the last.
The taste is exactly what I remember, with the olive oil and the rigani, the oregano, the lemon, fired on the grill. So moist, it's perfect for me.
When you're craving fresh, authentic flavors and need to get in and out as fast as grease lightning, Greco's Street Food will satisfy all your souvlaki fantasies and chicken delights.
The Greek culture is a lot of fun. You feel like you're in Greece when you come in here with the joking and the dancing. It's like a family.
The White House may be teeming with tourists, but foodies are flocking to this carriage house in Georgetown. When it comes to finding the best fast food in our nation's capital, there's no debate. Chaya Restaurant is charming customers with their tasty tacos.
At Chaya, this is a unique experience. It's not the normal taco. They're stunning to look at and they're stunning to eat.
I've never seen tacos this beautiful.
Before opening their restaurant, the first ladies of Chaya wrote recipes and took eating trips throughout Mexico, which inspired them to trade in their day jobs and create a fast, healthy eatery.
Chaya is a seasonal vegetable taco shop.
It's a Mexican concept, but it's farm-to-table based. My grandmother had a farm, and I spent time out there cooking with what we were growing right in our backyard. Chaya is similar to fast food in that it's fast, but we really elevate the ingredients here to make it something special.
Chaya's vegetable-packed tacos come in several spiced-up varieties, from mushroom and eggplant to kale and potatoes. Eating your veggies has never been so delicioso. At Chaya, everything is as fresh as it is fast, right down to the homemade corn tortillas.
The foundation of every great taco is a tortilla, and we hand griddle our corn tortillas in-house. It's made from masa harina.
Masa harina is corn flour, the key ingredient for authentic corn tortillas.
To the masa harina, we add kosher salt and some extra virgin olive oil. The smell that is coming out of this bowl is savory, delicious. You almost want to start eating it right out of the bowl.
The dough is formed into little balls, flattened to 5-inch rounds, and cooked on a traditional Mexican comal, which is a flat cast iron pan. It takes only 1 minute to cook. Now that's fast food.
If I close my eyes, I can imagine that I'm in Mexico.
That fresh tortilla needs a filling, and the taco that's been on the menu since day one is the creamy kale and potato taco.
We start the taco by roasting red bliss potatoes and seasoning them simply with olive oil and salt. While those roast, we will get the kale started.
The kale is sautéed with extra virgin olive oil, salt, and a lot of garlic.
The potatoes are starchy, they're comforting, but yet you have this delicious, healthy kale mixed in.
She brings this kale and potato taco to the next level with a creamy poblano sauce.
We like to use heavy cream because it's thicker, it adds a little sweetness to the sauce.
The mild poblano peppers are roasted, which brings out their fruity flavor.
And our third ingredient is the creme fraiche. It's tangy, it's buttery, and it just makes this sauce so delicious.
Time to coat our veggies with some ooey gooey cream sauce. Now you can top these tortillas with the creamy kale and potatoes, but let's face it, everything is better when you put an egg on it.
They're going down on the tortillas first.
The warm fillings go on first, so when the pepper jack cheese joins the party, it gets nice and melty. And then she adds a garnish of pickled red onion for crunch.
Then we put on our homemade tomatillo salsa. And then we top all of our tacos with microgreen. These roasted potato and kale tacos will make your day.
A fried egg. It's the right amount of yolk mixed with the potatoes and the kale.
The pickled onions with the poblano sauce, it's really, really good.
I love the corn tortilla too. The softness of the potato with the creaminess of the kale is mind-blowing.
Yeah. It's got this like creamy flavor and then a little bit of a kick to it with the onions and some cheese to top it off. It's one of my favorites.
The votes are in, and DC fans elect Chaya for their quick service, great flavors, and distinctive tacos.
I never want this to end.
No.
Just keep eating.
Yeah, can someone get us another?
Pizza, hot dogs, and Italian beef sandwiches are some of Chicago's famous fast foods. But in the West Loop neighborhood, Nonsense, a fast casual Indian eatery, is taking the Windy City by storm.
Naan is an Indian flatbread. And what we did was created a pun out of our restaurant.
Childhood friends Hiran Patel and Viral Patel wanted to create a restaurant that would celebrate the Indian food they grew up eating in a fun and approachable way.
We do everything from scratch. It's authentic Indian flavors, but in a fast casual restaurant.
This is fast food that tastes like slow home cooking.
Your typical fast food is burgers, fries, all that greasy stuff. This is healthier and quality meat.
You get to make it how you want it, like a rice bowl, nachos, or a salad, and then you choose your protein, a variety of different sauces, and then they let you put whatever toppings you want on it. It's kind of like a fun Indian eating adventure.
There's none better way to get your hands on the future of fast food than the chicken tacos.
To make our chicken tacos so flavorful, we use a masala marinade.
It starts with a mix of olive and canola oils and lemon juice. But the magic behind the masala marinade is the blend of spices.
We have cumin, coriander, fennel, bay leaf, cardamom, clove, cinnamon, paprika, and salt to put it all together.
You think you got enough in there?
I think I have plenty in there. All these spices that will work together, the lemon juice specifically, will help tenderize that chicken.
After marinating for 24 hours, that spicy chicken is ready to sizzle on the grill.
I can smell that masala, the mixture of spices really coming through here right now.
As they cook, Chef Hiran sneaks in more spices. Ground cumin, salt, pepper, and powder made from unripe mangoes for a tart bite.
We sure like a lot of spices in Indian food.
Check out that crispy golden crust. A splash of lemon water over the chicken to tantalize our taste buds. Yeah, it's working.
It looks sexy. Can't you see how sexy it looks?
We've got chicken and toppings as far as the eye can see. But wait, we need the naan bread.
Every morning we go through 100 pounds of flour, which creates 1,000 dough balls. Our dough balls are a yeast, egg, butter mixture, which gives it that really lush, soft textured mouthfeel.
A vertical sheeter flattens the dough faster than they can do it by hand.
So as you can see, the puffs are really nice. We push it down, we throw it on top, we butter it, and then we're ready to go.
They get a coating of melted garlic cilantro butter. Time to put that naan to good use.
And this is how we build the chicken tacos.
The naan is filled with the fresh-made chicken masala. And then Hiran gets saucy.
So this is our delicious masala sauce that we make in-house.
You can customize your tacos with a variety of sauces and toppings. Hiran likes his with pickled red onions, tomatoes, cool garlic yogurt, and fresh cilantro.
Our non-chicken tacos, you can have them any way you want. You're gonna love it.
The naan is made from scratch, like you can definitely tell. And the tomato sauce is really smoky, really sweet, a little spicy.
You get the masala spice, the tikka, the chicken's really soft and moist. And you got the pickled red onions, which give it a nice crunch.
Great masala flavoring to it. And the naan is like really substantial. You gotta try this.
Everyone loves to wrap their hands around the naan tacos. But for something truly substantial, the spiced lamb over rice will bowl you over.
We marinate our lamb with the masala mixture. Braise it for a nice 4 to 5 hours till it just falls apart with the touch of a tongue.
The soft, succulent lamb goes onto the hot griddle to get some crispy edges.
It looks perfect, it's soft, it's crunchy, I smell it, and it's ready for the line.
It starts with a side of naan and a bed of basmati rice.
Basmati rice is a long-grain, traditionally used Indian rice. And we'll layer that with some nice shredded boneless leg of lamb. We use a red chili vindaloo sauce. It has a little bit of heat to it, a little bit of acidity to it, so it's kind of like it keeps you wanting to take more and more bites.
He tucks in some fresh greens, cubed cucumbers, and shredded cabbage.
Top it with a little bit of apple tamarind. Got a little bit of sweet and tart mixed together, where it kind of gives really good balance with the heat off of the vindaloo sauce.
The bowl is finished off with some fresh cilantro, and it's ready to eat.
Melt in your mouth.
The Indian sauces combined with the tender meat is just amazing. Definitely the best lamb you can get in Chicago.
The lamb is really spicy and it's got good texture, so when you take a first bite, it tastes really good.
I got the apple tamarind chutney. Really good, tangy, but sweet as well.
Best lunch in town. I love it.
Looks like everyone is full of nonsense and pretty happy about it.
Take the food seriously, but nothing else.
Pretty much.
We're gonna slide on over to the sunniest city in the country, Denver, Colorado, for pizza that's rising to new heights at Pizzeria Locale.
Denver is known for love of the outdoors, 300 plus days of sunshine a year, and it's now known for Pizzeria Locale.
Lachlan brings his fine dining experience to a fast casual concept, and it's a winning combination.
I'm a restaurateur and a trained chef for 20 years and James Beard Award winner. Our goal is to change the way people think about fast food pizza. Our approach to running a restaurant is cooking from scratch. And I think what sets us apart is serving really pure ingredients with a dough like you'd bake in Italy hundreds of years ago.
Everything's super fresh, but also the combination of ingredients, they're more artisan.
It does reminds me about the pizza that I used to eat back in Italy.
It's yummy.
Pizzeria Locale makes their dough fresh every day with just 4 simple ingredients.
Before we can actually build the pizza, we have to make the dough.
He starts with water, yeast, and a finely ground flour, which creates a crust that's crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside.
We're gonna add the salt, the water, mix it some more, and then we're gonna put it in the proof room and we're gonna let it go for 24 hours. And then we'll have our beautiful pizza dough.
That dough is destined for Rocky Mountain magic, with a kernel of farm-fresh flavors, the mice pizza. Mice is Italian for sweet corn. Along with ham and cheese, this pizza will give you a Rocky Mountain food high.
We're gonna start with stretching out one of our dough balls. I'm just gonna form the crust first. We're gonna start with just a little ring of the creme fraiche on the outside instead of a tomato sauce. Next is gonna be the freshly grated mozzarella, and then after that we'll do the Parmesan cheese, our thinly sliced ham. The thin pieces are important because it actually chars up a little bit when it's in the oven.
Then he adds sweet corn that's been roasted with garlic. The pizza is slipped into an 800-degree oven. The revolutionary rotating floor helps cook the pizza evenly in just a couple of minutes.
And there you have the mice pizza, hot, fast, and delicious. It's like white lightning.
This pizza is so cheesy and delicious. Just won't let go.
It's got the crispy crust. It's not quite deep dish, not quite New York style. It's got its own spin on it. It encompasses everything that's delicious on a pizza.
This is one of my favorite pizzas here. It's a white pie. It has corn. It has some delicious ham. It's super cheesy and it's just amazingly good. You gotta try it.
Whether you grab a slice or take down the whole pie, try to save room for dessert. Pizzeria Locale puts a sweet spin on the Italian classic, so be sure to order the chocolate hazelnut pizza.
You can find this all over Italy. It's made with the same dough that we use for the regular pizza, but we stretch it and treat it a little differently. And so it's gonna be a really thick, fluffy dough, almost like a pizza dough donut. This is gonna go in the oven just like this. We are gonna bake it a little bit less so that it's less crispy and more fluffy. And wait till you see this thing come out. It is gonna be awesome. We slice it into strips so that you can eat as much as you can as fast as possible.
He tops that with chocolate hazelnut from his super sweet machine gun.
And then we're gonna finish it with some sifted powdered sugar. And there is our chocolate hazelnut pizza. You've never had anything so delicious.
Me being Italian from Naples, pizza's really, really good. Dough is nice and soft, not chewy. It's cooked just right, just like you eat it back home.
Oh, wow, that's good. This is excellent. It's chocolatey and it's warm. It's really good.
It's a good mixture of salty-ish crust and some sweet
toppings. The dough's super fluffy, super melty. Tastes like a beignet covered in chocolate.
It tastes like a donut.
With high-tech speed and high-quality pies, Pizzeria Locale is elevating pizza in the Mile High City.
I can never have enough pizza.
That sure went fast, just like those tasty tacos and delicious dirt dogs.
It is messy, but so worth it. No complaints here.
So next time you need a quick meal, slow down and smell the souvlaki, because good food fast is worth savoring.
This is it. This is the Mecca. This is my death row meal.
Fire up the grill and sharpen those steak knives, because we're carving out a slice of Meatopia.
It is meat heaven.
From pork butts to grade A cuts.
Makes me want to do the nice little meat dance.
Big pleasures to beefy treasures.
This sandwich is loaded with meat and I love it.
Calling all carnivores for all you can meat. A stone's throw from downtown Pittsburgh, in the small town of Carnegie, you'll find a restaurant packed with Pittsburghers, but their meat of choice is definitely not beef.
The reason this is the greatest restaurant ever conceived is because it's dealing exclusively with the greatest meat ever made, bacon.
Bacon.
It's all about the bacon here.
At this all-bacon restaurant, it's either go pig or go home.
We have bacon in our omelets, bacon in sandwiches.
On a burger, with chicken, with salmon, with shrimp.
Can you get a bacon buzz? You sure can. You can drink your bacon at our bar.
Quite literally hog heaven.
The menu's a veritable tour de pork, and with such a significant selection of swine, why not start with the most popular sandwich, the 1-pound BLT.
It's more bacon than LT. It's a big, bold B. It's big on bacon.
As the name suggests, there's 1 whole pound of it.
Here I have applewood bacon, and then we bake it in a convection oven at 350 degrees. It stays nice and straight and uniform, and it all cooks the same way versus on a griddle, where it could overcook one side and not the other side.
And something else magical happens in that oven as well.
As this renders and cooks, that gives me my bacon gold right there. Bacon fat is flavor. Flavor. Giddy up.
He's found several starring roles for it in the 1-pounder, starting with the sourdough bread.
I brush the bread with this fat. This is going to make it crisp up on the griddle, wonderfully brown and crunchy. Next is the baconaise. You'll love this one. This is outstanding. I take mayonnaise and I use my additional bacon fat that I've rendered from the bacon. This will go in next. Isn't that glorious?
Glory, glory, porkalooya.
There's more bacon than mayonnaise in this, so bacon takes the front part than the naise, so it's now baconaise.
But there's still not enough bacon.
I'm putting in cooked, chopped up applewood bacon, and this goes on to the bread. A heaping spoonful on this, so every bite has bacon in it. Now we're gonna take some bacon for the sandwich. We get a pound of bacon. Now we're cooking it again just to finish it to get a little more crunch on the meat. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Sizzling, hot. This gets more smiles than a diamond ring on your engagement.
We got the B, now it's time for the L. Arugula tossed in a house-made honey cider vinaigrette.
It balances the bacon, the cure, the smoky, the saltiness.
And finally, the T.
2 tomatoes, then the greens. Flip it over. 1 pound of bacon bliss. Well, this is the best BLT anybody could ever have. I mean, anybody who is any connoisseur of the pork product will find this to be life-changing.
Okay, I have to dig under the other bacon to get to the bacon. So it's bacon and bacon fat and a little bit of bread. I'm all right with that.
The baconaise on my BLT just melts in your mouth. That's the ticket.
On your one-way train to Baconville, the next stop is chicken and cakes. A swiney spin on the classic dish, chicken and waffles.
So we are using a boneless, skinless chicken breast. I have a Cajun spice on here, thyme, oregano, basil, cayenne, paprika, garlic.
The chicken is dipped in some flour, egg, and a special ingredient.
Then I'm using panko breadcrumbs with some parsley. It gives it a great texture when it's fried.
But where's the bacon?
Oh, there is bacon coming.
Freeze the lard. The chicken gets deep fried.
We want to get it a little golden brown. This is a wonderful fried chicken as it is. What it really needs is bacon. Everything needs bacon. But first, we're making the cakes. And first, when you make pancakes, you think, I've got to butter the pan. But here at Bacon, we say, that's not going to happen.
The batter is cooked in bacon grease for the porkiest of pancakes. And as you probably guessed, he's gone whole hog here too.
We put in a handful of chopped applewood bacon inside this pancake.
The cakes cook on the griddle to their golden brown.
Is that gorgeous? That is gorgeous.
He adds the chicken, another handful of bacon, and scallions for a bit of pop.
And then we have a bourbon maple syrup.
Porkfection.
Yeah, the bacon pancake is a pretty great invention as far as I'm concerned. It combines two of my favorite things, a little bit of crunchiness, a little bit of saltiness that complements the sweetness. The breaded chicken is a little spicy. It works really well with the pancakes. It's delicious.
Everybody loves bacon. It tastes like the happiest day when you eat bacon.
It's my dream come true.
Whether you're adventuring in the mountains or exploring the city, in action-packed Denver, sometimes you gotta refuel. And in nearby Greenwood Village, you'll find the perfect protein pit stop.
Brothers Barbecue is the best place to go for tons and tons of meat.
Their barbecue is fantastic. It's just awesome.
There's really no comparison.
The cool thing about Brothers Barbecue is that we have all the regional favorites from across the country at one location.
Brothers Nick and Chris O'Sullivan really put in the meat mileage to bring customers the best of this country's Q.
I raced cars professionally for a couple years, racing in places like Texas and Florida, and Chris would come with me sometimes. And so whenever we went somewhere, we'd stop, get something to eat, grab a bottle of sauce and a menu, and try and figure out how they made it.
So, you may be surprised that the brothers who own Brothers Barbecue were raised vegetarian.
You know, other kids would hide smokes underneath their bed. We would hide beef jerky.
First time I tasted meat, it was love at first bite.
And if you sink your teeth into the brother, you'll fall in love too. In the Mile High City, this meat pack sandwich is almost as tall.
The star of the brother sandwich here is our pulled pork. And what we season it with is a kosher salt and a coarse black pepper. Super simple, brings out all the flavor of the meat.
Let's go, man.
Sorry.
Yep. Hey.
The shoulder gets smoked.
We use hickory wood in our smokers. It's not too strong, but gives a really awesome smoky flavor to the meat. The thing will smoke for 12 to 14 hours. It'll come out absolutely gorgeous.
Thankfully, the brothers have some smoked meat ready.
These are incredible, so tender.
While the shoulder rests, Nick takes out a beef and pork hot link.
It's a beef and pork smoked spicy link. It's been smoked for a couple hours. It tastes a lot better when you grill them. Gives it a little bit of char.
He sauces the sausage with the tomato-based sweet and spicy Texas-style original.
Flip them over. You can see they're starting to get a little bit of char.
And now for that shoulder.
This is fresh out of the smoker. It's pulled and then chopped.
The meat is piled mile high. Some creamy coleslaw, and for that crunch, fried onions.
No batter, no nothing. We used a pickled jalapeno. Give it a little bit of spice, kick, and flavor.
Then not one, but two different kinds of barbecue sauce.
We're gonna add a little bit of the tangy vinegar sauce and a little bit of the sweet sauce. That looks awesome. And here we have the world famous brother sandwich. Once you try a brother, you'll never want another. Mmm.
It's an awesome sandwich because it's a little bit of everything. It's just stuffed with tons of meat. There's a lot of pulled pork, a ton of sausage. It's tender, it's juicy, just so big that I can hardly take a bite.
This sandwich is loaded with meat and I love it.
You got meat and coleslaw pouring out of this thing. It's just incredible.
If you want another dreamy dish at Brothers, don't miss the Kansas City-inspired burnt ends.
Oh man, these look awesome. This brisket looks perfect. It's got a nice bark on it. It's falling apart already. All right, coming in hot, looking beautiful.
But tell me again, what is a burnt end?
We have the burn end right here. This is the fatty part of the brisket. It gets a nice burn from when we smoke it, and then we cut the end cap unit off.
I'm feeling the burn. After the brisket is rested, the end cap is removed and cubed carefully.
We like to cut our burnt ends one by one. That way you get a little bit of the fat, a little bit of the meat, and a little bit of the bark on each one.
He adds a tomato-based sweet barbecue sauce.
It has a high sugar content, so that we get a nice caramelization.
The cubes are smoked again at a higher heat, and when they emerge, they're even crispier on the outside and tender and buttery on the inside.
Fatty, juicy, and delicious. Let's make a plate. We start with some white bread. Super soft, soaks up all the juices.
He adds a bounty of burnt ends.
And then we finish it with some nice dill sliced pickles on the side. These are our burnt ends. Get here early, because they go fast.
These burnt ends are the jam. I like the crisp outer layer, kind of a nice, softer, chewier inside. It's kind of the perfect combination.
Texas-style sweet sauce smothered all over it. Incredible.
So tender, it literally melts in your mouth. It's delicious.
No matter if you're in search of Memphis-style meat or Carolina Q, for the Grand Prix of pork and beef, always remember that Brothers knows best.
Love you, bro.
The Greeks built the Parthenon, the Acropolis, and the greatest architectural marvel known to carnivores, the gyro.
Come in, you see the huge things of meat, and I'm like, holy crap, I need in on that.
And in Boston, Massachusetts, locals know the best gyro is at Gyro City.
Gyro City is a little taste of Greece.
Owner Paul Christopher bases his gyro recipe on his dad's.
Grew up in the business as a little boy, just following my dad around. One day I wanted to have my own place, and here we are.
You smell the aroma of the chicken and the pork, and it's amazing.
On the rack, listening, turning, just calling to you, and how do I get it to myself as quickly as possible?
Answer the siren's call and get the namesake dish, the gyro sandwich. A pillowy pocket stuffed with Greek goodies that comes in two varieties, chicken or pork.
Here I have a pork belly and pork shoulder.
He starts by seasoning with some salt, pepper, and garlic.
And then classic Greek, oregano. Paprika gives it a little kick, a little spicy. Last, we have the secret ingredient. The man, my father, came up with his own little recipe. It's got some ingredients that nobody would probably imagine would be in a gyro spice.
Paul won't divulge anymore, but he will show us the ancient art of stacking the spit.
80 pounds of pork going on the spit. You come up the top, poke it in, and go. Usually takes about 20 minutes to build it. This will make about 500 sandwiches. We usually go through 2 of these a day. You gotta make a strong base layer at the bottom. You don't want it to be lopsided, then it won't spin evenly. You take the knife and you shape it as you go, taking your work as you go.
Apparently, someone else has been checking Paul's work as well.
So that was my father, and he kind of stays in the background and then pops his head in every time he sees me doing something wrong. You can feel him watching me. See? Just like I said.
It's okay, he got a lot more to learn. But he's a good boy. He's a special to me. I love you, Paul.
Thanks, Dad. Love you too. He's still the boss. All right, she's a beaut.
The chicken gyro is prepared similarly.
With the chicken gyro, we use thigh meat and leg meat because it's a lot juicier than the breast.
With 2 additional ingredients.
Some olive oil and some Greek yogurt to keep it nice and moist.
The chicken marinates overnight, but Paul's got some pre-soaked pieces ready for the stacking.
We build these a little smaller than the pork. The pieces are smaller. It's literally impossible to make it as big.
At 40 pounds, it's still mighty impressive. Our gyro hero hoists them onto the vertical rotisserie and fires it up.
96,000 BTUs. It cooks it super fast.
And the spits begin their spin.
We got all 3 rotisseries going. It's cooked really nicely outside. Juice is just dripping down. The outside is nice and crunchy. It's just about time to make some gyros.
An electric shaver meets magic wand.
Oh, look at it, just look at it, it's beautiful. My mouth is watering.
Construction starts with a warm pita foundation. He adds a generous glob of the cucumber yogurt tzatziki sauce.
Tomatoes, some red onions. We pile on a ton of pork, and we just make sure that there's just stuffed with meat. And then on top of the pork comes the French fries.
That's right, folks. French fries come inside this meat masterpiece. The blueprint for the chicken gyro is similar, but honey mustard replaces the tzatziki sauce.
It's just like a flavor bomb in your mouth.
Flavor of the pork was excellent, seasoned really well. Moist. It had a nice char on the outside, so it had a little bit of that caramelization.
I like this chicken a lot because it's crispy, but not too crispy, and it's tender. It's like this crazy, perfect balance of everything.
Honey mustard sauce gets in there, and you've got these crazy French fries on the top, and you put it in an amazing sandwich, and it's perfect.
They're doing magical stuff here at Euro City.
Being a first-generation Greek myself, I don't get to experience, mom and dad's home cooking a whole lot. So when I want to, I come here.
If you're gonna come here, you're gonna get a perfect meal. Πολύ νόστιμο.
It's Greek to me, but to the customers, it's delicious. A culinary capital built on Cajun and Creole favorites. In the Big Easy, it's so easy to score the perfect seafood-studded meal. But New Orleans barbecue? That's another story.
Not a lot of people know about it, but they really know how to do barbecue down here.
Follow your nose to the Bywater District, where this beef and pork pioneer's been smoking meat for 13 years.
I'm a meat guy. You can't beat the joint.
The atmosphere here at The Joint is kind of a neighborhood feel. We're part of a larger community. All of our artwork is collected from local artists, and I think we're the most authentic barbecue restaurant in New Orleans.
That means meat smoked low and slow, and homemade sides like gooey mac and cheese and crispy coleslaw made with the freshest ingredients. And they all come together beautifully in the classic meat medley, the 3-meat combo.
We're looking at 140 pounds of pork, 100 pounds of brisket, over 100 pounds of ribs, almost 30 pounds of chicken, and 10 pounds of sausage.
So how much meat is that total?
400 pounds of meat we got to put on the smoker.
And Pete doesn't hide that meat with sauce.
Our style barbecue is dry rub, sauce on the side.
So you gotta get your rub just right.
The rib sprinkle is turbinado sugar, black pepper, salt, paprika, granulated garlic, and chili powder.
The same rub goes on the chicken.
This rub is gonna be beautifully sweet and spicy.
The meat menu also includes that barbecue workhorse, the mighty brisket.
And this is a simple rub. It's just kosher salt and fresh ground black pepper. This is gonna form just a real simple crust on there, and it's perfect on beef. We got a lot of meat, we got to load on the smoker.
And what a smoker it is.
This is our custom rotisserie smoker. It's got 7 racks that allow the meat to move around so everything gets cooked perfectly. We're gonna load these briskets on. They're gonna cook at about 250 degrees. Doesn't overcook the outside, gets the inside nice and tender.
Pete continues with a parade of pork shoulder and ribs.
There's gonna be some chew to these when they're done. We're gonna be able to break them by hand.
Then tosses on some sausage and chicken.
Chicken's only gonna take about 3 hours on there. It's gonna be extremely juicy when it comes off. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close this up now. Let the meat start cooking and send the smoke down the street. Let people know to come in for lunch.
The brisket and pork shoulder take 12 hours to spin to smoky perfection, but oh, it is worth it.
All the meats are getting nice and dark and developing a nice crust. It's gonna be a good day for barbecue.
And to tell if it's really done, Pete uses the jiggle test.
When it's raw, it's real loose like this, and then if it cooks for a while, it gets real tight. And then when it's done, it loosens back up. That's how you know. Time to get it off the smoker and give it to the people.
For the 3-meat combo, you pick the triple threat of your choosing. Or stick with what's most popular, brisket, ribs, and sausage.
The brisket is tender, and you see that fat cap just letting out the juice. Ribs have a beautiful pink smoke ring. Sausage has great snap today.
Don't forget your favorite two sides.
Little baked beans, macaroni and cheese. If you're hungry, 3-meat combo is the way to go.
This is the brisket, and if you look at it, it's like super tender. You can pull it apart and it snaps just like that. It's delicious. Fold it like a taco, and you just gotta dig in.
The ribs, very tender and delicious. Your teeth go right through it. Just melts in your mouth.
I love meat. Gotta have it. It's like meat-flavored butter. I'm in hog heaven.
If you want to get in line for some more smoky swine, there's the pulled pork sandwich, made from the shoulder peat smoked for half a day.
We're gonna chop it. Gets tender, it's moist, beautiful smoke ring in there. Perfect.
The rich, fatty meat gets cut by a tangy, homemade coleslaw.
Cabbage, carrot, red onion, and an apple cider vinegar dressing. Just want to mix all the vegetables together and get it coated evenly with the dressing. It's going to be cool, crisp, and spicy, and it's going to be the perfect match for the pulled pork. Start with a toasted white bread bun, add a smoky mountain of pulled pork, and top with coleslaw, finish it with some pickles.
The pulled pork is my favorite. Really tender. The coleslaw is a really nice crunch. It's sweet. It's delicious.
Makes me want to do the nice little meat dance.
I've been chasing barbecue all over the country. This is the absolute best.
Whether you're hankering for hog or begging for beef, when you're in New Orleans, the Joint is your jam. In an international crossroads like Washington, D.C., even the chicken is multicultural. And to get the tastiest Peruvian chicken, folks flock to Chicken and Whiskey.
Chicken and Whiskey is a South American-inspired fast casual restaurant that specializes in Peruvian-style rotisserie chicken. When people walk through the door, immediately you're hit with these amazing aromas of this delicious, juicy, golden brown chickens on the rotisserie. And there's an amazing whiskey bar in the back featuring 99 beautiful whiskeys from all around the country and all around the world.
So what makes Peruvian chicken so hot?
Peruvian style really is two things. We've got these really awesome custom fabricated ovens that come from Lima, Peru. The same you'd find, roadside down there. And the second part is really the way that they brine the chickens. And the base of that brine is cumin, garlic, and beer.
You can have the brined bird straight, but why not get it in an authentic Peruvian package? The Reina de Chicharrón. Reina means queen in Spanish. And this flavor-spiked chicken salad stuffed into a pork-packed corn cake definitely reigns supreme.
Everything is made from scratch with love from a very decorated culinary talent named Enrique Lamardo.
Enrique starts with their signature rotisserie chicken.
We leave it a little space because here we believe that we need every single part of the chicken brown and crispy.
The chickens have been brined and are ready to roast.
Goes like this, and that's it. That's beautiful. And then start rolling. They spin around and they drip all over for, about 1 hour, so it's slow roasted. We are just using natural wood charcoal.
While the roosters are roasting, Enrique attends to the queen's buns. They're called arepas.
An arepa is the perfect bread. It's made from corn flour and it's like a patty.
And this isn't just any patty, it's a pork patty.
We use chicharrón, that is a pork crackling.
The chicharrón gets blended with water, sugar, salt, and white corn flour until it forms a dough.
My grandmother taught me how to make arepas. Probably is the first thing that every Venezuelan do with their hands. We make a round, perfectly beautiful shape. We are gonna put this into the fryer, and it's gonna be around 6 to 8 minutes to be nice and crispy.
While the arepas fry up, Enrique checks on that chicken.
Oh my God, you have to see this. This is so sexy and delicious. They are perfectly brown and crispy chickens. That's beautiful.
Enrique shreds the chicken to use as the base for his chicken salad.
One of the most important things in this chicken is the skin, because it has a lot of flavor. Well, I prefer dark meat because it's more juicy and the fattiness is beautiful.
He mixes it with mayonnaise, fresh avocado, and cilantro.
Look at that. Nice, creamy, delicioso.
Then it's arepa time.
They look fantastic. Make like a pocket. Stuffed with this salad. Oh, really beautiful. You gotta try this.
The chicharron in the dough is a really interesting addition. It adds a ton of flavor and it's just unexpected, just really juicy with the chicken and avocado, the cilantro, and it's just fantastic.
I could taste the love and the time. This place is the bomb. There you go.
For explosive flavors and some sizzling pollo, take a shot at Chicken and Whiskey. Smack dab in the middle of the American barbecue belt in Atlanta, some of the best tasting meat has a distinctly Asian flair. This is barbecue with a K, Korean style.
We're different than other traditional American barbecue restaurants. We process and cut the meat and marinate it. It's up to you, the diner, to actually cook it the rest of the way.
You heard the man right. At Char, you cook your own Q. And forget low and slow. Korean barbecue is all about fast and furious.
All our tables are actually constructed with a grill in the middle, so all the guests can actually interact with it.
Everybody feels like they're a chef, so it gives them that special feeling that they're part of the meal, they're part of the experience. But then you have some others that are just inexperienced and just don't want to do it, and they're just like, hey guys, can you go ahead and cook it for us? And it's our pleasure to take care of it for you guys as well.
Usually after about 30 seconds of us helping them out, they really knock our hands out and then they decide to do it themselves. So
it's fun.
Put on your chef's hat and fire up the grilled meat combo. Mike sets to work slicing for the grilled meat combo, starting with the short rib.
Everybody loves short rib. The marbling is fantastic. You get so much flavor out of it. Fat is where the flavor is. What Koreans do is to actually slice it thin because we want you to be able to cook it very quickly.
The short rib gets a soy-based marinade, but many of the meats get nothing more than a simple slice and serve, like the flank steak.
We do not marinate this cut, actually, because we always get high-quality beef.
And the cavalcade of cuts keep coming. There's brisket, the Korean favorite bulgogi, pork belly, and pork jowl.
This platter will come out to your table raw, just like this, and it's up to you to choose your own adventure meal.
But if you do need a roadmap, the staff are more than happy to show you the way.
So we're actually gonna go for the flank. The meat is really thin. It doesn't require a lot of time at all.
Anywhere between 30 to 45 seconds on each side.
I'm just looking for a little bit of browning, caramelization. The worst thing to do is actually to turn it too early, other than burning it. The beauty about this is that you can cook it to whatever temperature you prefer. Yeah, those marks are what we're looking for. That's all flavor right there. So if you did it right, you should see some char.
And it's not rocket science. Meat, fire, pretty caveman.
Richard selects his favorite parts of the spread and rolls them into a lettuce wrap.
Jalapeno, a piece of garlic. I'd say probably the short rib right here. A little bit of this sauce, a bit of sesame oil. Nice little drip. And right in his mouth.
Communal dining at its finest.
You see it start to cook and you're flipping it and doing it yourself. It's like a fun experience. It caters to each person at the table how they want to cook their specific meats for their meal.
Yeah, that's a fire.
I didn't actually know when I first ate this that it was the cheek of the pork. That kind of took me by surprise, but I have to say, this is the most flavorful pork that I've ever had.
The bulgogi is my favorite meat. It's a really tender filet. It's got a little bit of a tang to it. It's amazing.
It's fun. You get to cook it yourself. It's like interactive. Like it's a whole experience.
If you want to know a little more about where your food came from at Char, just look around. Local artist Brandon Sadler tells an ancient tale.
There's a central character that's based on a mythological creature. It's a nine-tailed fox. That fox can turn into this woman. In ancient times, she was sought after to cook this food, and then an offering kind of like traveled through time and manifests itself into like the contemporary food that you guys eat when you come to the restaurant.
And the crispiest of those mythological offerings is the Korean fried chicken. The chicken gets dunked in a simple marinade of dark soy sauce, onion, and garlic before it hits the batter.
The batter is a combination of rice flour, cornstarch, and water. We also use a little salt and pepper. We actually double fry the wings. The first fry at a lower temperature at 335 is to actually cook the chicken all the way through. You can see after the first fry that a crust has kind of formed on there.
The chicken cools for a bit as Mike cranks up the heat. Just 3 minutes to Crispy Town.
It's a nice, beautiful mahogany color, and that's what we're looking for on the second fry. And you actually get little cracks in the skin, and that's what's gonna hold the sauce. This is actually a secret sauce. We do use a little bit of pineapple habanero, but that's all I'm gonna tell you.
The wings are plated with pickled daikon radish, a sprinkle of peanuts, some microgreens.
And here is actually a unique ingredient. It's Korean dried chili threads, a little bit of saltiness and spice to the dish as well. The best fried chicken you're gonna find in Atlanta.
Absolutely fantastic. Perfectly fried, nice and crunchy, but you take a nice deep bite of it and you go through the sauce first, it's nice and sweet, and then it kicks your butt.
Really, that sauce is so good, you just can't help but licking your fingertips at the end. It's the best part of the whole treat. It was tasty goodness.
Start with the wings, get inspired by the flavors, then take the bull by the horns and cook for yourself.
Most guests go to restaurants and the food is cooked for them in the kitchen, so they never really see where the magic comes from. So it's a really great experience. It's basically the best part of grilling without the cleanup.
In New York City, you can pretty much get any kind of food you want. But for a meat medley in the heart of the theater district, you'll find an all-you-can-eat carnivorous carnival at Churrascaria Plataforma.
All right, folks, here we have pork ribs, sausage, chicken, flank steak, prime rib. We got all the meats for you.
With 26 kinds of meat that just keep coming and coming, it's a non-stop lamb, beef, and pork parade.
Churrascaria is a word for steakhouse. It's a Brazilian steakhouse, rodizio style.
Rodizio is Portuguese for rotate, which means the meat rotates on the grill as it's cooking and around the dining room where it's served.
It is just an army of men dressed in lovely tuxedos, just doling out meat every 2 seconds.
And then you say, I want a little, I want a lot. 2 seconds later, there's another man there with more meat.
There's no menu. That's the beauty of it.
That's right. No menus, just all you can meet. Master carver Sandro Ferenzi is the overseer of all things meat, and Vosge Aguilar is the master butcher.
He knows every part of the cow with his eyes closed.
First up, sirloin.
So he's gonna cut it in pieces, trim a little bit of the fat off. Sirloin steak, it's a very flavorful meat. You know, the texture is very, very tender. Now he's gonna skewer the meat so that the meat can cook evenly and go to the table looking nice.
The next one is a clandestine cut, the plataforma steak.
Can you see it's a very nice piece of meat that we actually created? You won't find this piece anywhere else.
How do you create a piece of meat?
Yeah, we actually discovered that part of meat from the cow and name it after the restaurant. It's from the cow, of course. We don't grow plataforma steak over here. It comes from the cow.
So what's it taste like?
I mean, the difference you feel when you eat it. You know, the texture, it's very flavorful and tender.
Sure you don't want to cut us in on what part of the cow this is?
Just between me and the butcher. Yeah, we don't tell anybody else.
The duo also preps pork ribs, chicken, filet mignon wrapped in bacon, and leg of lamb. So to cook all this meat, you didn't expect a normal grill, did you?
It's about 25 feet long. Most apartments in New York City, they're not as big as that one.
The grill we have here, it came from Brazil especially for us. We use water at the bottom. Why we do this is because we want the grease of the fat of the meat to drip on the water so it does not create any smoke. We want them to taste the real flavor of the meat.
That's the same reason many of the meats go onto the grill with just a sprinkle of salt.
When the salt is on the meat, on the grill, it hits up, penetrates on the meat, and helps to bring the flavor out of the meat. Let's start with the beef ribs, short ribs. This is the turkey wrapped in bacon, pork ribs, and some tenderloin.
The giant grill can cook 126 skewers simultaneously.
It gets about 800 degrees, so it can sear the meat so we don't lose any juice. The meat is constantly rotating. That's what makes the meats cook evenly, like that. This is the top sirloin. This is how exactly goes to your table. Hot and full of juice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
The green card means go, the red card means stop. So I keep it always on go. I like the ribeye. Top sirloin is a personal favorite. Seasoned well. It was perfectly cut, perfectly cooked, so it was great.
It's been like meat nonstop. All the steak that we've had, it's been very rich, very flavorful, very seasoned, very juicy. Everything's been delicious.
I've tried the flank steak, tried the filet, tried the prime rib. I think I'm actually meat sweating right now.
I went light on the salad bars to make sure, I had room for the meat. This is round, 7 or 8 for me right now. Never had anything like the plataforma steak before. It was juicy, thick, perfectly, medium rare. It was delicious.
The meat keeps coming as long as this is green, and I haven't been kicked out, so this is pretty much a dream come true.
And the show can go on as long as you like.
We have people staying here about 10 hours. I've seen it. Once you come in here, you can have everything. There's nothing to compare to this.
So keep your chip on green and get your fill of the best cuts Brazil has to offer. And then get just a little bit more.
Can I get some more? Can I get some more?
A former industrial powerhouse, in Pittsburgh, the smoke that now fills the air is oak-scented and meat-flavored.
From pork butt to brisket to ribs, we're smoking meat up to 500 pounds a day. Low and slow, using locally sourced wood, which makes it some of the best barbecue in downtown Pittsburgh.
But at this Steel City Smokehouse, the fanciest meat dish is actually found in a tin can.
That's right. Some of our best meat is served right out of a can.
Pop open the restaurant's namesake dish, pork and beans. A fancy spin on this humble dish, Chef Keith Fuller's version features 6 kinds of pork and 5 kinds of beans. He starts by searing some pork shoulder.
We're caramelizing the sugars of the pork. It's gonna add that meaty sweetness. This right here is what you want. This is a nice golden brown sear. It's adding flavor and texture. Phase 1 of pork is complete.
But there's so much more pork to come.
This bacon right here is gonna add in a smoky, cured pork flavor.
Now for some vegetables, because I guess we have to have them sometimes.
Celery, carrots, and onions, and we're gonna be caramelizing that. And you can start to smell the aromatics, you can smell the sweetness.
Some wine ensures he gets all the swine.
It's gonna pick up the caramelized pieces that are stuck to the pan.
Then it's bean time.
We're using 5 different types of beans for flavor, texture, and, pork and beans. You can't just have one type of bean in a pork and beans dish.
But before we stray too far down Bean Boulevard, Keith puts the pork shoulder back in.
Right now, the beans are absorbing some of the pork flavor.
Then add some liquid pork.
We're adding this pork stock in, refortifying all those flavors that are in this dish, and basically we're making this into a nice hearty stew.
It's enhanced with crushed tomatoes, fresh oregano and thyme, dried basil, and some chili flakes. Then, a pork present.
Of course, we're adding more pork to the pork and beans dish. We're gonna make a sachet. So we got 4 smoked ham hocks. We got some bay leaves for more flavor.
The pork packet is tied up and put into the pan, along with braised collard greens.
We're gonna let this stew for 3 to 4 hours. This is way more than just pork and beans. This is a complex dish. It's gonna taste like heaven.
To plate the dish, Keith gets fancy with seared pork belly, confit carrots, grilled bread with a whole grain mustard butter, and for that crispy crunch, a sprinkle of pork lard on streusel.
Texture, flavor, crunchiness, We're gonna fill this with our pork and bean mixture. The wow factor's added in because they get this beautiful dish, and then we slop it on top, which makes it trashy chic.
Nice. Oh my God.
When the pork and beans was poured in front of me, I was looking forward to digging in.
It's very much a surprise having a meal brought out to you and you have a can that looks like you just came away from camping someplace. It's just awesome comfort food.
All the different pork products definitely make me a happy man. The collard greens, they give it a nice texture, and all the carrots and the different beans, it's perfect.
It's just like this warm stew. It just makes you feel like you're like right back at home. This is heaven.
Whether you want it down and dirty or classically prepared, the best meat in Pittsburgh is at Pork and Beans. We said hello to the most succulent steaks and choicest chops in this ultimate meet and greet. So to satisfy your carnivorous cravings, make the pilgrimage to these meat meccas. Your stomach will thank you. From mountains of mouth-watering meats.
I'm thinking, how the heck are you gonna be able to eat that?
To oversized sweet treats. Towering takes on comfort food faves.
This is crazy, but look at everything that you can get on this plate.
To the jumbo slices you crave.
It's the heaviest slice of pizza I've ever picked up.
If you can't go big, you might as well sit this one out. With its giant boardwalk casinos, Atlantic City, New Jersey is where people go to win big. But your best bet for a filling meal is at Tony Baloney's. Wait, is that Tony Baloney's? Looks like a house to me. Do we knock?
You kind of drive by it and you can't believe that there's actually a functioning business in here.
Oh, but there is. And that business is booming, thanks to a massive menu of subs and pizzas taken to the extreme.
Our subs are overstuffed, our pizzas are huge. The sky's the limit when it comes to toppings. Everything's larger than life here, everything.
But the largest item on the menu at Tony Baloney's isn't a sub, and it's definitely not a standard pizza either.
These young guys come into the shop and they're like, yo, get some tacos. And I'm like, it's Tony Baloney's. We do pizza, subs, wings, whatever. They're like, yeah, but it's Taco Tuesday, bro. And I'm like, you know what? It's Taco Tuesday, you're right. I'm making you tacos.
And thus, the taco pizza was born.
Made them a massive taco pizza. They flipped out, falling over the chairs, going nuts, and from there it took off.
The success of this crossbreed prompted Mike to create a special dough for the base.
This dough is our pizza dough, but it's also made with maseca, which is corn flour. It's kind of a hybrid between a pizza dough and a Mexican tortilla for a taco.
After stretching the dough, the sauce goes on.
Man, this sauce is the most special sauce. My grandmother's Jewish brisket sauce that we've converted into a Oaxacan mole. We call it salsa judío, Jewish sauce.
So we got a Jewish, Mexican, Italian mashup. What's next?
We're putting about a pound of queso Oaxaca, pretty mild, neutral flavors, mozzarella, a little saltier. Then is the brisket. We've cooked this for 8 hours.
A quick bake, and this pizza is ready for taco time. Each pizza is topped with 3 different kinds of tacos. But what type of taco? Well, that's up to you.
We make over like 200 varieties of different tacos. So people come in, they're like, I want like an Asian theme.
Can you do that?
Done. We want vegetarian, done. We want all pork, done. We don't want any pork, done. Whatever, anything.
With so many options to choose from, let's let Mike decide.
So we're gonna start with our carne asada brisket taco.
You read my mind, Mike.
We're gonna start with our homemade corn tortilla. We're gonna take our 8-hour roasted carne asada brisket, queso Oaxaca, take a little bit of cilantro. Then, our beet horseradish.
Next, borracho tacos.
Some shredded chicken, braised in Mexican beer. Make sure there's a little bit of that juice on there. Fresh avocado, pickle jalapeno crema. A little bit of potato chips.
Like potato chips, potato chips?
Everyone thought I was absolutely crazy with the potato chips, but they're like, this is actually delicious.
It gets even more loco with a pad thai taco.
Some of our homemade pad thai with some Asian eggplant, peanuts, sesame seed, a little more cilantro, then pad thai sauce.
When all those tacos are finally done,
Now it's time to build the pizza.
one of every taco goes on each slice.
Going big, 24 tacos on this pie.
And what's a taco without
A massive amount of guacamole, some homemade pickle jalapeno crema, and a nice helping of cool cilantro.
Mike, if you pile more stuff on here, we're gonna need a bigger TV.
Taco pizza?
So how exactly does one eat this hefty hybrid?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
There's the guacamole go-getters, the sideways nibblers, and the taco topplers. But no matter how you tackle it, there's no wrong way to enjoy the taco pizza.
It all has this authentic homemade taste to it. I love pizza and I love tacos, and they nailed it. This is amazing.
Just put your money where your mouth is. With Tony Baloney's Gigantic Eats, you'll always hit the jackpot.
I'm not gonna lie, I am.
They say everything's bigger in Texas. And while the Lone Star State is most famous for their bold barbecue, off the coast in the beach town of Galveston, they also go big at brunch.
It's bigger than your head.
This is crazy. This is so heavy, I can hardly hold it.
Get your glutton on at Farley Girls Cafe, where their slogan, "A little bit of everything," actually means a lot of bit of everything.
Our customers love our big, badass dishes.
I try to get to Parley Girls because I know I can get the best lunch and take home even more for my dinner. It could feed my whole family.
It's my favorite restaurant. I tell everybody about it, everybody. The food, hospitality, everything's perfect.
You'll be singing those praises for sure, because there's a Stairway to Heaven dish that's got everyone exclaiming to the big guy. Say hello to the OMG. This breakfast behemoth satisfies every possible craving. And that's exactly the reason it was created.
One of our customers came in to order and he was still debating, do I want a waffle today? Do I want French toast? What do I want?
So to speed things up, they brought him everything on one plate.
People were like, oh my God.
Phase one starts off with the first of three proteins, the holy schnitzel.
As you can see, this chicken breast is pounded out real thin. You season it. There's garlic, there's onions, black pepper, and then throw it into the batter, which is buttermilk and eggs, and then right onto the flour.
The flour forms a thick coating, and that chicken goes for a dipping in the deep fryer.
And it's nice and golden brown, just like you want it. So I want to let it rest for a little bit.
Who can rest at a time like this? Chef Juan gets to work on the other gazillion parts of the OMG.
I'm making the pancake and waffle batter. You get both of these with the OMG. Whisk it until it becomes the right consistency.
When that batter can't get no better, Chef Juan pours a scoop onto a waffle iron and a heaping helping onto the griddle.
It's nice and sizzling.
And why waste the sizzle of valuable grill estate? Cut slices of Texas toast are dipped into sweet custard and sit on the grill too.
Layer number one is the waffle. Layer number two is the pancake. And layer number three is the French toast.
This is like the holy trinity of breakfast carbs.
And then chicken, baby, that's for sure. It's not a Texas breakfast without the sausage gravy. So it can hit every part of that big, gigantic OMG.
And to hit all your morning meal cravings,
sunny side up eggs, and then everybody's favorite, good old bacon. It'll make you say, ay, Dios mío.
Oh my God. They dropped this down on the table, and I'm like, man, I don't think I can finish this. Chicken fried chicken, gravy, I love it. Straight out of the salad.
The waffle light, it's fluffy, it's wonderful. If you can't decide what you want for breakfast, this is the perfect thing to order.
Gotta have gravy with every bite. Oh. Tastes like heaven.
if you want to rock your world one more time at Farley Girls, here's something that'll take your taste buds to new heights. The Mile High Meatloaf. Chef Juan builds this dish from the ground up, literally, with fresh ground beef.
And then you add the vegetables, onions, celery, bell peppers, and a few spices.
Panko breadcrumbs, eggs, and buttermilk are added to the mix.
Just make sure that it's all well blended in there.
Once everything's combined, Chef Juan shapes the beef into a large Texas-sized loaf.
Okay, so then it will cook for 45 minutes.
About halfway through cooking, a glaze of ketchup and brown sugar is spread over the top of the loaf.
It's going to caramelize and make the dish.
So what's the foundation for this skyscraper?
It's very thick Texas toast with garlic butter. You want to cook the Texas toast until it's golden brown at both sides so it can hold up the mountain of goodies that it's going to go. Start building it up. I'm going to do the braised cabbage. Just pile it up. Got to do the third layer, which is mashed potatoes.
Then things get pretty steep with the star of the show,
the actual meatloaf.
And just to make sure you get all your daily food groups,
we gotta have a little vegetables, so we got fried onions and fried green beans.
A waterfall of homemade barbecue sauce tops off this meaty marvel of engineering.
Bigger than the state of Texas.
Check out this meatloaf. Wow.
It's probably the best meatloaf I've ever had. The mashed potatoes, the little fried onion, it's to die for.
My favorite part is the green beans. They're fried, they're crispy, it's great.
I can take it home and have another meal.
So set your alarm clock and give that AM hankering a Texas-sized answering.
Everything is bigger in Texas, and this is just another example.
We're two-stepping from Texas to Seattle, where a quick-drawing chef takes on Titanic Tokyo-style burgers.
Every time I order one, I think about how I'm going to try to fit it into my mouth because it's a struggle every time.
Mount Rainier may boast the highest elevation in Washington, but in nearby Seattle, there's a local burger joint that's also boasting some tremendous peaks. Katsu Burger.
This is definitely a restaurant that's one of a kind.
The menu is fantastic. Fusion of American and Japanese cultures.
Yeah. People are coming from far and opening wide because owners Tom and Stephanie Kang are serving up massive meat sacks. But what exactly is a katsu?
So katsu burger is basically Japanese fried burgers.
Did you say fried burgers?
It sounds funny, but it's delicious.
And if you're up for the challenge, you can try to scale the Tokyo Tower.
Tokyo Tower, 13 layers of goodness.
Chris lays it on in the kitchen, starting with grass-fed beef.
Now we're gonna season our beef. So we're gonna use miso paste, which is a fermented soybean. It's kind of salty and sweet. And then we're gonna add in black pepper. This gives it a little bit of a kick. Half and half. Helps keep our katsu patties nice and moist and tender. And then we add in a little bit of panko. And then we like to mix it really aggressively. Each Tokyo Tower gets 2 beef patties.
Those patties are then dipped into a special tempura batter.
Give it a nice coat. We want an even amount of tempura. Toss it into our panko. Almost bury it. This is gonna give a nice crunch on the outside.
The beef katsu patties are lowered into the deep fryer.
As soon as the tempura hits the oil, it pretty much locks in all the juiciness.
Chris starts the groundwork for the Tokyo Tower with a toasted bun. He lays on the standard toppings, pickles, tomatoes, and onions.
Now it's time to add our deep fried goodness. We make our homemade tonkatsu sauce. It's a lot like the American barbecue sauce. Some good old-fashioned American cheese. We're ready for our other patty. More tonkatsu sauce. Another slice of American cheese. Most burgers are served with, iceberg lettuce or romaine. We use finely shredded cabbage here at Katsu Burger. It gives a nice crunch and it brings in that Japanese influence. Now we're gonna add our homemade Japanese mayo. It's similar to American-style mayo. Got kind of a zip and a sweetness to it.
Chris balances the top bun and slides the tower in the oven to melt that cheese.
Now, in Japan, tonkatsu is served with rice, but here in America, you gotta have fries with a burger.
Get a load of the nori fries.
We're gonna season these with our nori flake, which is dried seaweed.
Seaweed on French fries?
It's gonna add a little bit of saltiness, a hint of something from Japan. Oiki, oishi. Big and delicious.
It's about this big, and I'm thinking, how the heck you gonna be able to eat that?
Smush it down a little bit so that it just fits, so it can fit in my mouth. Your regular meat patty, when you deep fry it, it's juicier and it's like richer and way better.
Nori fries, it's kind of funky having like the seaweed with it, but it just tastes really good.
The Tokyo Tower is, I think, honestly, the biggest burger I've ever attempted eating. It's like crunchy from the katsu. The mayonnaise is creamy. The katsu sauce is like really tangy. It got all over my face, but it's totally worth it.
In Katsu Burger's line of mega burgers, the Tokyo Tower isn't even the biggest one. Behold, the Mount Fuji! This Katsu eruption starts off with the basic beef patty.
Next, we're gonna do a traditional pork. The last patty we're gonna do is our chicken.
They always said good things come in threes.
And now we're ready to fry.
As those fry up, Chris starts with the toasted bun, pickles, tomatoes, and onions, and then adds an explosion of toppings.
This is where it gets kind of fun. Wasabi mayo wakes up your sinuses, and it goes great with the tonkatsu sauce. Chicken katsu, tonkatsu sauce. Cheddar cheese on here. Pork cutlet, more tonkatsu sauce. Some pepper jack cheese. Beef katsu on top.
I think I'm starting to get vertigo.
More tonkatsu sauce. Got our American cheese on here. Fried egg. Thick cut bacon. Oh, yeah.
A hefty handful of cabbage and a hot as lava sauce top it off.
Our spicy mayo. Now, this stuff's got a kick. We make it with sriracha, cayenne pepper, and Mexican hot sauce. Put the top bun on. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in the oven and get all that cheese melted.
While the cheese gets molten hot, Chris turns up the heat with another unique side, the 12 spice fries.
I dare you to come to Seattle and try to conquer one of these.
Wow. The Mount Fuji burger is as big as my kid.
You absolutely have to leave the skewers in for a while. Go like one section at a time and kind of chip away at it.
There's the right amount of spice. There's the right amount of like amazingness.
At Katsu Burger, their Japanese mega takes will have you achieving a tasty nirvana.
I have it all over my face and I have no regrets.
We're headed down the coast to San Diego, where some heavy-hitting donuts.
I am working out.
Will drive your taste buds wild. Boats and beaches, palm trees and sunshine, trolleys and tremendous views. These combos are essential for living large in San Diego, California. But donuts and beer? Indulge and imbibe, where overflowing fizz meets floods of frosting. The Donut Bar.
Donut Bar is Donuts 2.0. It just took it to a whole nother level.
And the mastermind behind this genius combo is on another level himself. So how did owner and founder Chef Santiago Campa come up with this dynamic duo?
I don't know. Must have been a dream, but we just put them together and somehow it works.
Good enough for me, I guess. Anything else you'd like to add?
We have huge donuts.
Yep, these cakey confections are colossal.
Everything is big here at Donut Bar. The reason is we do a double fermentation. That gives that yeast double the time to grow.
This unique dough is used to create over 40 different varieties offered daily. But the sugar daddy of them all is the Big Papa Tart. This giant jelly belly of fruit filling is a bulging nod to the iconic grab-and-go breakfast, the toaster pastry. It all starts with Chef Santiago's signature fluffy dough.
This has been literally my life's work. The smell, the texture, this is the love. Look at it. Woo, you smell that? You slap that and you can smell the aromas coming up.
The delectable dough rolls out and toaster pastries are wrapped into pockets. But to get these extra poofy, the tarts are proofed, fermenting one more time, and fluffing up into clouds of heavenly sweetness.
It's time to fry the donuts. Look at how happy they are.
The sight of dough frying makes me happy too.
You guys want to see them flip? Let's watch them flip. Oh, look at that. They're so big, they're monsters. I'm working out. Boy, I should be well, I'm in pretty good shape for a donut maker.
After a quick cool down, it's time to pump them up.
This is the strawberry jam. We're filling, and I can feel them expanding in my hands. And ooh, so heavy now.
And things get even more heavy-handed.
Flip them around. Let's put even more in there.
It's fair to say this is jam-packed.
Again, that workout, we're getting it all day long. Boom.
But what's a toaster pastry without the traditional frosted top?
Big donuts, big glaze. After the cake glaze, now it's time for more crushed toaster pastry.
For those keeping score, this is a giant toaster pastry donut stuffed with a toaster pastry, then topped with toaster pastries.
It's all about the toasted pastries.
How mouth-wateringly meta.
That's a big Papa Tart donut.
You might have to unhinge your jaw for this one.
The frosting, the sprinkles, oh my God, I've got goosebumps.
It's like a massive jelly donut, but light and extremely sugary, almost like a birthday cake.
Still not enough sugar to wake you up? Well, don't fret, because mornings are about to get even sweeter with this towering twist on a breakfast classic, the French Toast Donut.
The Saigon Cinnamon Sugar Donut. This is the one we use for the French toast. Just look how big it is.
After slicing off the ends of the Saigon cinnamon sugar, the donut is dipped into a custard bath. A quick flip and it's toasted to golden glory. The chef adds a generous dusting of powdered sugar, and then this dish gets even more loaded.
We serve it with fresh whipped butter, Vermont maple syrup, then our blueberry compote. This is made right here in-house. That is the best French toast you're ever gonna have.
I'm gonna do it the way I would a normal piece of French toast. We will drizzle. Oh, damn. Whoa, that is delicious.
And it might be one of the best pieces of French toast I've had. This is really thick. It's like putting 4 pieces of toast together, but it's a donut also. It's really good though. This donut is way bigger than your stomach, that's for sure. And you still eat it all because it's so good.
So pull up a stool at the donut bar. Come for breakfast, even settle down for happy hour. And with the size of these donuts, you might still be there for dinner.
Big donuts and big beer.
Mop your brow. Things are about to get seriously cool in Miami.
The experience you get here, you will never forget in your life.
So you're like in a movie, like you're part of the show.
Miles of beautiful beaches, long stretches of boardwalks, and bountiful nightlife. Miami, Florida is a city where they do it big. And on the food scene, there's a South Beach restaurant making a huge splash. Welcome to Barton G.
I had heard about this place and I was excited to come, but actually seeing it in person was really incredible.
The experience you get here, you will never forget in your life.
So you're like in a movie, like you're part of the show.
And that show comes complete with monumental dishes that are blown out of proportion.
The portions here are out of control. I'm absolutely speechless.
So who's coming up with these big ideas? That's owner and founder Barton G. Weiss. Inspiration can strike just about anywhere.
I'll go into a hardware store and I'll look at nuts and bolts. It's like, euphoria, I found it. But the best part of it is my staff. I only concept it, but they're the ones that have to be challenged with how to do it.
When I first started with this company, I didn't know what to think. Everything comes out on huge, obnoxious, intriguing, bizarre presentations. We have fountains on the table. We have cotton candy heads where there's a 3-foot wig on top. We have elephant heads, giant forks, samurai swords, disco balls, bird cages. It's a little bit for everybody.
For everybody? He's not kidding. Barton G's desserts are so massive. They're meant to be shared.
Our desserts, it takes sometimes 2 people to carry 1 item.
And one of Barton G's biggest desserts is the dollar bill, y'all.
It's a dulce de leche s'more. They torch it at the table with a welder's mask and everything. It's not like a s'more from your childhood.
Y'all ready for this?
For the dollar bills dessert, we wanted to set the stage for a bank heist. Once you've stolen all the gold, why not do s'mores? Start off with a salty graham cracker crust and some rich chocolate ganache. Once the chocolate sets, we're gonna go ahead and put some dulce de leche. Dulce de leche is a very thick caramel.
Then a lime-infused meringue is piped over the top.
This is our version of a fancy marshmallow.
That fancy then meets fire.
Chocolate brick over the top, kind of disguise it as a gold bar.
Ooh, this dessert is worth its weight in gold, and they're not finished.
We gotta make this dessert as rich as possible.
That means it's served with more chocolate.
This is a whipped ganache.
And then more chocolate.
We're gonna add a chocolate tuile to it.
Hey, what do you got there?
This is our white chocolate gold nugget. It's white chocolate ice cream.
All right, it's more chocolate. But the big show really starts when this dessert's brought to your table.
I'm a welder by day, ladies.
I love how it's so big and over the top, and it smelled great. Once they started burning the gold, it smelled delicious.
The over-the-top presentation is just amazing. It's really, really good.
If you're craving another decadent overdose, there's a dessert at Barton G that's creating major sparks. The Carnival Fun Cakes.
Our carnival starts with 3 rings of a funnel cake.
A mixture similar to pancake batter is carefully drizzled into the sizzling hot fryer.
So the trick to making the funnel cakes is making sure you get every nook and cranny so that it replicates those funnel cakes from when you were a child.
After frying to a crunchy golden brown and set to cool, a regular plate for these just won't do.
So we have a toy laser that shoots each duck as it passes. It's a little party on the table.
Who said you can't play with your food?
What's a funnel cake without powdered sugar? We're gonna pour powdered sugar over the top.
The 3 colossal cakes are served with 4 different dips.
Chocolate fudge, smooth strawberry sauce, caramel sauce, and then our last one is whipped cream, piled it nice and high.
And if that's not sweet enough for you, Barton G includes extra shakers of powdered and cinnamon sugar. And of course, there's more fire.
Funnel cakes were outstanding.
They melt in your mouth, and it's so good.
Totally beyond our expectations.
Cheers! I feel like I'm at a carnival.
No, I love Barton G's because where else can you get a funnel cake for dessert in a high-end restaurant?
Barton G serves big food, big experiences, and when you leave here, you're gonna have a big smile.
Big food is a good thing.
Big food, you're a big man.
We're off to Savannah, where they really know how to go hog wild.
Anything you order is just more than you could even wish for in proportions.
The portion sizes are insane.
There's no doubt the South is big on barbecue. And when it comes to meaty meals, people love to dine on that swine. But in Savannah, Georgia, there's only one place that goes whole hog.
We're the only barbecue restaurant in Savannah that cook whole hog.
That's right. B's Cracklin' Barbecue is the exclusive spot for this beast of a feast. And no matter what part of the pig you prefer, owner Brian Furman piles it high.
Anything you order is just more than you could even wish for in proportions.
The portion sizes are insane. They're out of control.
But why choose between loin or belly when you can bring home the bacon and all the fixins with the whole hog platter? It's a huge undertaking to smoke a 300-pound porker. Brian starts by seasoning with salt and a blend of spices.
The skin crisps up, but this right here turns into bark. Bark is the layer, the crust, the black pieces of the meat.
After seasoning, it's hauled to the smoker. which takes some extra manpower and extra time. It won't be ready till morning.
It's 6 a.m. It's time to pull the hogs out of the smoker and pull some pork for the lunch crowd.
For whole hog cooking, you gotta wake up bright-eyed and curly-tailed. Brian gets to work pulling. What's your strategy there?
I pull from the pork loin, then I pull from the ham, then I mix it with the fatty belly meat, then I add in the shoulder last. When the customer orders, they get a little bit of the whole hog in one bite.
You can even hear that namesake crackling on the irresistible skin. Good thing the boss can always eat on the job.
So good.
With an order up, Brian piles on over 2 pounds of pork, along with homemade sides like coleslaw and baked beans.
Bigger is really better.
The pork is just fantastic. It's very tender. It's very flavorful, just the right amount of spices, cooked to perfection.
It had that crispy bark on the outside, but then when you bit into it, it fell right off the bone. It was juicy and tender.
As soon as I saw the waitress bring it in, I was like, oh God, is that my plate? So much food. So good. We want that for the next day or so.
Well, if you think you can pig out just a little more, try this succulent special at B's, the spare ribs. Brian seasons the pork ribs liberally. What's in that seasoning salt?
It's my best seller. I can't get that away.
Oh, come on.
Nah, not on camera.
I'll hit you up after the show. Outside, Brian fills the racks wall to wall. What happens if you run out of ribs?
It's a problem. In Savannah, it's a problem.
The ribs cook for about 3 hours.
These ribs look perfect, mahogany, pull back from the bone. You know they're tender. I can't wait to sink my teeth into them.
The feeling's mutual. Then it's more homemade sides, this time mac and cheese, collard greens, and special cornbread.
This is my grandmother's recipe. You see the pork crackling in the cornbread.
Even the bread's crackling at B's.
Grandma would be proud.
You should be proud of yourself too, Brian.
I've had ribs throughout the South, and these are probably the best ribs I've ever had.
The purr. You could taste the smoke in it.
I ordered a rack of ribs thinking I was going to be able to finish it, and I don't even think I will get through a quarter of it.
So whether it's day or night, follow the smoke signals to B's Cracklin' Barbecue.
It was worth playing hooky
awesome.
for. How about that?
Yeah.
And hopefully our bosses don't see this today.
No food's more fundamental than an old-fashioned sandwich. And in Aberdeen, Maryland, you can find the biggest thing since sliced bread, served big on sliced bread. At Chap's Pit Beef.
In California, they do their tri-tip. You know, in Texas, they do a chopped brisket sandwich. Here in Baltimore, we do pit beef, and we like it that way.
At Chap's, owners Donna and Bob Krieger have been dishing out this regional favorite of charcoal-cooked bottom-round beef since opening 30 years ago.
Bobby and I got married, and my father knew that Bobby loved to cook, so he decided to give us this pit beef stand as a wedding gift.
What started off as a 450-square-foot shack has grown almost tenfold to accommodate herds of customers from the common man to royalty.
The Prince of Jordan,
was
pretty regular at our place for a while. He's got a Chap shirt.
Even fit for a prince, one of the best-selling and biggest sandwiches at Chap's combines their signature pit beef with meat after meat, the Big John. Everything at Chap's starts at their indoor charcoal pit.
This is our 800-pound charcoal pit. That's where all the meat magic happens. Time to fire it up.
When the coals are hot, it's time to get down to beefy business.
This is our legendary pit beef. These are bottom round flats. Slide them on here. Fat side down, gets the flame going real good.
That hot fire sears the beef, forming a dark char on the outside, keeping the inside nice and rare.
Well, now it's time to make the meat dance. We pick these up and slide them around. Yeah, that char there is what we're looking for.
After that beef dance, it's time to tango with some other meats. Ham, turkey, corned beef, and hot Italian sausage.
It's meat upon meat upon meat upon meat.
Bob thinly slices each one.
We slice our meat so thin, it's only got one side.
That dimension-defying meat is piled on a sub-roll.
That's meat madness is what that is. We have a 20-foot condiment bar so that the customers can hook up their sandwich with whatever they like. I like tiger sauce, barbecue sauce, and white onion. This is a Big John hooked up my way. Go big or go home.
It's basically the arc of sandwiches. You've got every kind of meat in there combined into one awesome sandwich.
Pit beef is just excellent. It's very tender, very tasty, it's very juicy.
A sandwich was so big, it was like the size of a small baby.
If you're searching for another meaty good time, you might have to ask around, because not everyone knows about the head honcho of them all, the Boss Man.
Boss Man is a secret menu item. It's a burger I created to pay tribute to a friend of mine. Being that he was in the burger business his whole life, we created a outrageous burger and named it after him, the Boss Man.
Bob starts by charcoal grilling a humongous 11-ounce burger. Then that boss gets sauced.
We dip the burger in barbecue sauce so that it's already got that barbecue flavor for you, and all you have to do is unhinge your jaw and eat it.
Then it's topped with cheese and joined by a heaping handful of pit beef.
After we slice the beef, we like to put it back on the grill to give it another little kiss of smoke.
While the beef heats up, Bob starts building the burger.
We're gonna get 3 slices of bacon. And then we're gonna go get a burger. Now we're gonna top it with our famous pit beef.
The Boss Man comes with an extra crunch on top.
Then we're gonna top it with some coleslaw. I may be the owner of Chaps, but this burger is boss.
I've never had a burger with coleslaw, roast beef, and bacon on it, but it came together super well. The patty, like, dunked in the barbecue sauce, it was delicious.
I mean, the ratios are perfect. A big handful of the pit beef on top. Top it off with a little crunchy coleslaw, and it works together.
I've been coming to Chaps since I was 6 years old. That's 24 years of eating their pit beef, and enjoyed every minute of it.
You can't go anywhere in Baltimore better than Chaps.
In Portland, Maine, the pizza is so colossal, you could say it was cut from a different cloth.
For a pizza this big, this pizza wheel's not gonna cut it. We need a big knife.
As a quaint coastal city, fresh seafood is all the rage in Portland, Maine. But you can also get your Italian food fix there. In a big way. Slab's Sicilian Street Food is located downtown in the former Portland Public Market.
Slab's a perfect place to go, and there's a huge outdoor deck. They have live music, tons of beer on draft, and just a great atmosphere.
We're able to enjoy the weather, can play cornhole. It's a perfect spot to come out and hang out with a bunch of friends.
But it's Slab's colossal portions of Italian favorites that are taking everyone by surprise.
Oh my goodness.
Their namesake dish is a supersized sensation. Skip breakfast and lunch and take a stab at the Slab.
Everyone knows the New York slice. What we're trying to do is introduce another kind of pizza here in Portland, Maine, the Sicilian Slab. Sicilian-style pizza, but extra big, abbondanza.
What?
Abbondanza, very abundant, big, in your face.
And this in-your-face creation has authentic Italian roots.
In the capital of Sicily, Palermo, they invented a Sicilian-style pizza. We kind of Americanized it. We made it a lot bigger.
The secret to Slab's supersized spin on the classic Sicilian slice lies deep in the crust.
At Slab, we make all of our dough by hand, and we mix it every hour.
But to get its signature fluffiness,
We use 2 liquids, a light flavored oil to make the dough soft, and a good amount of water.
semolina and fresh ground local New England flour give Slab's dough the right texture. After a quick rest, the dough is ready to go.
So I'm gonna transfer it delicately to the pan. Try not to squeeze it, try not to pop too many bubbles. That's the only way to get big, thick Sicilian pizza. First, we put on the sauce. It's a simple crushed tomato, little sugar for sweetness, cut the acidity, and garlic juice.
Then this heavy-duty pizza needs not one, but 2 cheeses.
This is a blend of mozzarella and aged provolone.
After a heavy dose of cheese, the pizza slides into the oven and actually puffs as it's cooking. And when it comes out...
For a pizza this big, this pizza wheel's not gonna cut it. We need a big knife.
You're gonna need a big appetite, too.
Each hand slab clocks in at over a pound. A full slab can feed up to 8 people or 1 hungry chef.
The bottom's nice and crispy. The cheese is just perfect. The sauce is amazing. Even though it's huge, it's so light and fluffy. It's so easy to eat.
I love the dough, the thickness of it, but I also love the sauce, too. The sauce is rich. You really taste the tomato in it. It's a perfect slice of pizza.
It's as big as my head, so I could probably lay down on it and sleep for a while.
So next time the sea air sparks your hunger in Portland, skip the lobster and check out why Slab Sicilian street food is a huge hit with the locals.
If this is your first time in Portland, you have to come to Slab. I don't know anywhere else you can get a pizza like this.
I don't think I gotta eat tomorrow.
This really stacked up to be a whopper of an episode. Hopefully you're just as fired up about these pumped up portions as we are.
Oh my God!